All right, welcome back to Creative Ends. If you're just now tuning in, we have a great show lined up for today. We have two special guests, Mr. Cathay Dawkins and Miss Michelle Magana. All right, and they represent Black business owners of Charlotte, and they're coming to talk about what they have going on and what it's all about.
All right.
All right, thank you. And so, again, my name is Cathay Dawkins, and I'm founder of Black Business Owners of Charlotte. Black Business Owners of Charlotte started back in 2014. And as an entrepreneur, I have a landscaping business, so I do blueprints and design, and I also am an art teacher and artist. And so I have a lot of entrepreneur experience, but I noticed that I didn't have a lot of resources. And so during the time when I founded Black Business Owners Charlotte, it was a lot of things going on with cops killing African American males. And there was just a lot of negative things when it came to African Americans and that was happening throughout the nation. And so I started Black Business Owners Charlotte as a support system for Black entrepreneurs. I knew that after the recession, there would be a lot of us in need of working for ourselves. Okay. And so I wanted to be able to provide those resources for those business owners. And that's how it kind of launched from there.
All right.
Great.
So you saw the need.
I saw the need, and I experienced the need, and then I met Michelle. She was there from the beginning, and her husband is an entrepreneur, and she's an entrepreneur as well because she has a travel agency. And so, a lot of us we have hobbyists, we have people that's crafty, we have people that's selling things out of their car, all those things. That's like starts the spirit. Like you're in the spirit of entrepreneur, but we want to teach you how to turn it into a real business. And so
I love that, the resources.
The resources, right.
And that's how I met him, because I volunteered with him in the beginning. Okay. And my husband and I, we have our own company. It's called DT Fire Protection. Okay. And we wanted resources. Okay. And everyone that's working for us came from BBOC.
Nice. And that's called networking.
Yes, and it was networking. So we were very blessed. And I've stayed ever since.
Okay, so what I'm hearing is you volunteered.
In the beginning, yes.
At the beginning.
Yes,
so that's one thing I think a lot of us have problems with is we always want to go in and get paid. And of course, that's what we all want. We all want financial means. But sometimes, guys, you have to go in as a volunteer to network, to meet new people, to just feel everything out. And that's okay. Volunteering, there's nothing wrong with it, because look where she is now. Look how we got her started in meeting Cathay and getting things started for us. So sometimes, guys, it's okay to volunteer to get that knowledge, get the information that you need.
Yeah, because now she's my executive VP. And Black Business Owners of Charlotte started off as just a Facebook group. I had the vision of it being an organization, but I didn't know if it really was going to turn into that. So I kept it going, and we are made up of, right now, as of, I'll say today, we have over 12,000 unofficial members. We have over 3,000 official registered members. And so that's 3,000 people locally in Charlotte. So that's Mecklenburg County, Union County, York County. A lot of people do not know that there are that many entrepreneurs in Charlotte. And so by doing events and doing training workshops, we've just picked up a lot of business owners along the way. A lot of people, we are supported mainly through volunteers. Our members, it's a requirement that they work, that they volunteer 5 hours a month. It's an honor code, so we hope that they're fulfilling that obligation. But what we do is we do a day of service every month. So every month, for about 3 to 5 hours, we do something in the community to get business owners out there in the community, to end the stigma that Black business owners are not dependable, that they're somebody that we want to end that stigma, because I don't have to really say it to talk about it, but there is a negative stigma associated with being a Black business owner.
It is out there.
And we want to show that there are a lot of reliable and dependable, hardworking Black business owners.
We do give back to society.
We give back a lot.
Yeah, I remember when we were working on the Charlotte Black Restaurant Week, and it was very, very successful. And then the media was there, and it interviewed Cathay many times. But at the end, we made sandwiches for the homeless, and we went to how many, 6 or 3 or 4 or 5 shelters, and we just fed the homeless.
That's
and
beautiful.
That was something. Nice. It was a very nice experience for me, to see what there is in my backyard. And we didn't eat all week. We volunteered, and we also gave back to the community.
That's nice.
Very sweet.
And that was the whole goal for Charlotte Black Restaurant Week, was not just for those that had the capability to go eat. We wanted everybody to eat. So that was our whole mission. It was like, let's make this not just about supporting. We wanted definitely to support Black restaurants, but we wanted everybody to leave that week feeling like I was fed, and that's fed spiritually and fed physically. And so we it's called 3 fish, 5 loaves, and so mimics the Bible basically. Right. And so basically taking a little bit and feeding a lot. We fed over 500 homeless men and women and families during Charlotte Black Restaurant Week, and our goal this year is to feed over 5,000. So nice. I think based on the success of it, like Michelle was saying, over 25, maybe 30 media. We had a lot of media attention during Charlotte Black Restaurant Weekend. Now we already have sponsors that's coming along, major sponsors, and Charlotte Black Restaurant Week, I think, defined what Black business owners of Charlotte is doing. We are doing networking and different type of events to bring business to Black business owners, and so that is one of many events that we're going to do, but it kind of gave us that credibility we needed in the community to show that we are really out there, and that a small organization can come in and do big things, because that was something that set us apart from a lot of different organizations here. And we had over 100 volunteers during that time, and we get more and more volunteers every week. And so doing our day of service, the different events, is definitely growing the organization.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful. Yeah, I'm glad that you did put on that, because wow, Black Restaurant Week.
Right.
Did you hear about the regular Restaurant Week?
Right.
And
we learned a lot.
I learned a lot.
We learned a lot right here in Charlotte.
I did not know it was that many Black
did
restaurants.
Not.
I don't think none of us knew.
No, we didn't.
Our goal was 10 restaurants, and we ended up with 24 restaurants.
Did not know.
And next year we hoping that we could get 50, because there are a lot of restaurants here. There are a lot of Caribbean and Jamaican, African.
We didn't know.
And we didn't call it soul food for a reason, because we wanted to show that Black as a culture is beyond soul food. Just Southern tradition.
Yes.
We want to show that there are African, Jamaican, Caribbean, just all type of different cuisines here in Charlotte and surrounding areas. And so we get feedback. We had so much positive feedback from the restaurants out LaWan. So Miss LaWans has been so supportive from the beginning, and she actually participated in other major events. And so we weren't even sure if those larger restaurants would, the more popular restaurants would be a part of it, and they were eager to be a part of it.
That's
and
nice.
their numbers, and she was telling Spectrum, Time Warner Cable Spectrum came out, and they basically said the numbers. We hosted the event from Monday until Sunday back in October, and their numbers from Monday to Wednesday were already CIAA numbers. And so,
that's
said
nice.
That to Spectrum,
this is the first annual.
And this was the first annual.
That's nice.
Wow.
And so,
numbers.
marketing wise, we reached over 1 million people. And for the economy, we impacted the economy by $750,000. And that was just the numbers that we could show. But if we don't know, for all the people that came into town, we sold out two different hotels that we had that are either Black operated or Black owned. We sold out those hotels, and we did all of this in a 3-week span. So now, since Charlotte Black Restaurant Week, we've had time to kind of sit back and get the feedback from all the restaurants, and we're already planning for a major, And so we're doing a spring festival. We're going to do, it's called Savor Charlotte. And Savor Charlotte will actually see the diversity of Charlotte. It's not just about cuisine, though. It's going to be music, art, and food. So Savor Charlotte will be in April. We haven't set the exact date, but right now it's going to be around Earth Day. So we're going to do a big thing out in the community. And we're partnering with the city of Charlotte. to not with Save Charlotte necessarily, but with something around the giving during that time with City of Charlotte. And so that is another event that we're going to do. And we also have Black Food Truck Fridays. Black Food Truck Fridays was an event we started during Charlotte Black Restaurant Week, and now it's just turned into its own entity. And so our next one is March 2nd, CIAA. And right now we have over 8,000 people saying they're coming, and we don't know how many people are going to come. So we normally look at that and say about 25% will show up. But even if 25% of that show up, and we have still almost a month to promote that. So definitely it's a free event, and so we encourage everybody to come out to the Black Food Truck Fridays.
Y'all doing it big. I love it.
We're trying just a little bit at a time.
I love it.
And we're trying to also increase the numbers of African Americans owning properties in Charlotte. So that's one of our major projects coming up, and I'm hoping to lead that one.
I know we talked about that. I was excited.
Yes,
I was excited about that.
So we've been working with three real estate agents in the country, looking at data and trying to see how we can educate the Black community.
That's the main.
The key right there.
Yeah, that's the key right there. Educate
the main community. Have them within the next 5 years. Each one. It would be nice to have each African American in Charlotte own a property.
Right.
Or at least consider it, and have the numbers increase within the next 5 years.
Right.
And also look at investment properties as well, because that's how you acquire wealth.
Yeah, that's all we need is that education.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's one of my babies.
Right.
So I'm excited.
And I'm excited for you.
Yes,
I'm excited to get for you to get that information out.
Yes. So.
All right. Guys, a lot of great information, a lot of positive information here. Good to hear this. And a lot more to come. A lot more expanding is going to be happening. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with Creative Ends.